What is going on, everyone? My name is Douglas. This is John, and we're here to bring you back a new video on a topic that has been in our society for quite some time, the idea of fat acceptance. Now, we all pretty much know what fat acceptance is. The idea that you can be healthy at any size, whether it's 100 pounds or 700 pounds. And we're here to say that that idea is pretty much incredibly stupid. Now, we're on their website, healthateverysizecommunity.com. And do you see the Let's Face Facts
Yeah, I
thing?
got it.
All right, I want to be reading it. Let's face facts. We've lost the war on obesity. Fighting fat hasn't made the fat go away, and being thinner, even if we knew how to successfully accomplish it, will not necessarily make us healthier or happier. The war on obesity has taken its toll. Extensive, quote-unquote, collateral damage has resulted. Food and body preoccupation, self-hatred, eating disorders, discrimination, poor health, etc. Few of us are at peace with our bodies, whether because we're fat or because we fear becoming fat. Okay. There's a few questions here. So they acknowledge that being fat is wrong here.
They acknowledge that it had negative side effects. They know that. They get that.
So they're just saying let's give up and let's just don't even worry about it.
That's kind of what it seems.
What?
Yeah, they definitely acknowledge that damage has been done and are just like,
whatever. It doesn't matter, right?
I might as well be lazy. Okay?
What?
Like,
That's like, okay.
That's kind of what it seems like. Maybe I'm misunderstanding.
No, that's exactly what they're saying.
Hold on, I'm going to read it again. We've lost the war on obesity. Fighting fat hasn't made the fat go away. And being thinner, even if we knew how to successfully accomplish it, will not necessarily make us healthier or happier. Happier? Not necessarily. Healthier?
Yes.
Yeah, it actually will. If you're talking going from 400 pounds down to 150...
That's, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
it actually
does.
will.
It will make you a lot happier.
The war on obesity has taken its toll. Extensive collateral damage has resulted. Food and body preoccupation, self-hatred, eating disorders, discrimination, poor health, etc. Few of us are at peace with our bodies, whether because we're fat or because we feel
Okay, hold on. A few questions. Number one, self-hatred and eating disorders are not entirely because of body weight. The idea of depression and eating disorders has existed whether you're fat or not fat. That doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, it's completely unrelated because I know people that are very skinny that still aren't fans of their bodies.
Yeah.
That's completely unrelated. If you want to hate yourself, you're going to hate yourself.
No matter what.
If you're looking for the negatives in what you're doing, you will find them. You will always find them.
Exactly. It exists. It's not going to go away just because you get skinny again.
Yeah, absolutely not. You need to fix the actual self-hatred, not whatever you're hating, because there's always something else to hate. That's the problem. That's what makes it so horrible. You can't ever be perfect in this
Exactly.
world. So no matter how much you fight to be perfect, you're going to lose that
Exactly. Now, another thing here is they say another collateral damage is the result of poor health. Hold on. Poor health has come because you're fat, not as a result of exercising.
Poor health is being
exactly
fat too, by the way.
That's the point of exercising, eating healthy food is to get rid of that fat.
Few of us are at peace with our bodies, whether because we're fat or because we fear becoming fat.
I mean, okay, I understand what they're saying there. Body certainly there's a lot of insecurity when people have with bodies, and that's not really anyone's fault. I would
absolutely
say that definitely society has a problem of objectifying and making it appear that you have to have the best of the best of the best body. Because I can say here, I don't have the best body. You know, I would love to lose a few pounds. I would love to have a six-pack. But part of, I would want to say this because I don't want to sound like a hypocrite, part of body acceptance is not obsessing over your body, but not being content with your body.
Yeah, you should always strive for betterment without putting yourself down at the same time.
Yeah.
You shouldn't get to a point and just be like, yeah, it's good
It's
enough.
good enough. Don't need any
But
more.
wherever you are at, you should not take it. You should not hate yourself because of it. Because if you do that, you'll always hate yourself.
Exactly,
And
yeah.
there's no fix for that. But if you can, the right balance is when you know that you should get better, but you don't hate yourself because of it. That's the ideal.
Yeah.
That's not possible in a lot of scenarios. But that's what you should be striving for.
Exactly. Now, there is one thing in this first paragraph I agree with, is that they say that one of the collateral damages that has resulted is discrimination. And when I say this,
Yeah.
like, I do agree. There are people out there who are very rude, right? And they do attack you for being overweight. Especially they'll attack people who are overweight who try to get better at having a better body.
Well, it is weird to see somebody who's like, 600 pounds at the gym.
It is.
What else are they going to do?
What else? So
you can't just sit around and it magically disappears. You gotta start.
You gotta start somewhere, and that's okay. It's okay to sit there and say, I'm going to start somewhere. And certainly people who discriminate fat people and basically make fun of them, that's I'm not okay. Like, I don't agree with it. I think that's wrong. I think it's ridiculous. But yeah, you gotta start somewhere, right?
Exactly.
Now, they continue with this article by saying, health at every size is the new peace movement. What?
Fine.
Okay.
Fine. I can give you that. It supports people of all sizes in addressing health directly by adopting healthy behaviors. It is an inclusive movement, fantastic, recognizing that our social characteristics such as our size, race, national origin, sexuality, gender, disability status, and other attributes are assets, and acknowledges challenges the structural and systemic forces that impinge on living well. Is that
what? Impinge.
Hold on. Impinge.
I want to look this one up.
Impinge. Oh, I'm already on it. Have an effect or impact, especially a negative. Oh, for
What?
crap's sake.
Okay. Let's break this one down. Impinge. What? So they say the first.
Just had to throw one of them.
The first sentence is, it supports people of all sizes in addressing health directly by adopting healthy behaviors. Sitting there and accepting that being fat is okay is not a healthy behavior. It's ignoring the.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna read that again. It is an do I want to start there? It is an inclusive movement, recognizing that our social characteristics such as our size, race, etc., and other attributes are assets, and acknowledges and challenges the structural and systemic forces that impinge on living well. So they're accepting the attributes as assets. So they're taking negative things and just blindly saying that they're good. That's what asset implies to me, personally.
That's what they're saying. They're saying that it's needed. They call it...
It's not.
It's not. Okay. First of all, number one, being fat is not a healthy behavior. That's not all.
Clearly.
Being fat is... Can being fat be the result of deeper issues? Yes, it can be.
It depends what level it is. Because if you're like 2 pounds overweight, then it's like, all right, you went to Arby's like 2 extra times in the month, and it's like, who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
But if you're like 400 pounds, clearly there's an entirely different issue that needs to be addressed.
Exactly. And oftentimes, here's the thing. Like, oftentimes when you deal with those big issues, like bringing down your weight, you can oftentimes deal with the other issues that come as well. And that's how I feel. If that makes any sense, but
yeah, I get it.
Another problem is that they're saying that weight is about the same as race, national origin, sexuality, gender, disability status. So what they're saying is that
they carefully chose their point.
They have.
That's the thing, because all of those other things are, if I'm looking through that, unchangeable. Well, except for, it depends on your definition of gender these days.
It really does.
But sexuality, arguably can't be changed. Disability status definitely cannot be changed.
Your race.
National origin, you can't just be like, yeah, you know what? I'm no longer white. I'm black.
Yeah.
That's not how it works. Race is pretty close to national origin in a lot of cases, but regardless, they can't be changed.
What they're saying basically is that they're saying two things. The first thing is they're saying is that your body, your weight can't be changed, and that it should be celebrated as something diverse, like race.
That's incorrect, however. That's just 100% incorrect.
Yeah.
Because it can be changed. Lots of people out there have much larger difficulty changing it, but it can still be changed. And I think it's just because they haven't gotten proper treatment that makes it so much harder. If you were in a completely controlled environment where it's like, hey, we're just gonna give you the correct amount of food and you're gonna exercise every day, it can still be changed.
Yeah.
You can't just be like, hey, we're gonna give you X amount of food per day, and then give it 5 months and you were born in friggin' Paraguay instead of America. Like, no, that's not how it works. Size can in fact be changed. Bone structure, makeup,
that can't be.
That kind of stuff. That can't be, because there's just inherently people do look different, but size isn't the only reason people look different. A lot of everyone's face is just inherently different from everyone else's. While they can be similar, it's not the same. People are taller, shorter, that kind of thing really can't be changed.
I think you brought up a point that I kind of liked, that oftentimes a lot of people who are overweight are so because they haven't received the right treatment. Like, losing weight is not easy. I don't think.
Well, absolutely.
No, and I definitely have mad respect for those who are able to lose weight, because it is a struggle.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And like, it's ridiculous when people say, "Oh, if you're fat, all you need to do is lose weight." Like, it's not that simple. But kind of like what you said, it's if you can receive the right treatment, like if you can receive therapy or if you can receive a private trainer. Because, like I said, therapy probably because there's issues deeper than just being fat. And private trainer, having someone who can keep you accountable. Yeah, like you said, there needs to be like certain treatments involved in order to help lose that weight.
Yeah. But if you can be put in a controlled environment and change it, then I think there is a reason to encourage people to change it in this kind of sense. Because size is changeable, as well as many other things are changeable that we're just like, well, let's accept them as fact. Because, no, that's kind of what society wants to do.
Yeah.
They want to classify things that we don't have enough self-control to change as unchangeable, which is strictly not accurate. Because size can be changed.
Life is...
Other things like race can't be, but size can be, as well as many other things. I can't think of an example, but it's kind of an overarching, issue.
Life is so much easier and better when you can put the responsibility on something else, right? Isn't it always? Like, exactly. You fail a test, you can say, oh, well, the teacher was a terrible teacher. Sometimes.
You beat somebody in a game and lag exists.
Yeah. Exactly. Like,
there's 90% more lag when you're the one losing.
Exactly. That's so true. And it's true, right? Because life is easier when you throw the responsibility on something else and say it's nature's fault. It's the game's fault. It's X's. Who cares? And
you can always find something to blame it on.
Yeah.
Always, without fail.
And that's the problem, is that this organization is basically saying that. They're basically saying it's basically it's basically society's fault, which to some extent is society's fault, but yeah.
Everything is, to an extent, society's fault.
Yeah, but the idea is that, it's all natural, There's nothing wrong with being, quote-unquote, big-boned.
That's so dumb.
It's just, yeah, and you're basically taking the responsibility, and you're basically putting a Band-Aid over the wound.
Yeah, it doesn't make it heal. That's the problem.
Yeah.
And it never will.
Exactly.
That's your commitment?
No. And certainly, I think this idea that I have can solve things short term, because then you will be happy knowing that you don't have to do anything. But long term, you're just going to get fatter.
Yeah, but when you die at 37 because you're 800 pounds, it doesn't help. Solve. I don't care if you're happy or you're still dying. Okay? Yeah. Ultimately, it's still going to kill you early in life because your heart just can't keep up with that kind of extra mass in your body. It doesn't work.
It doesn't work like that.
I mean, as satisfied as you are with your size, your heart doesn't just, beat stronger and faster because you feel good today. It doesn't care, okay? And that's just unreasonable to expect.
Yeah, it really is unreasonable. It's ridiculous. Nothing can, your heart can't keep up with that kind of stuff, just scientifically. Yeah. And not to mention, you got stuff like diabetes, which not all of it is because of fat, but
not all the time. No. There are relatively thin people that have diabetes. That can, if I'm not mistaken, that can be genetic or something.
I think it's. I'm pretty sure it can be genetic.
I'm not entirely sure, but overweight doesn't equal diabetes, and diabetes doesn't equal overweight. That's its whole thing.
But you definitely have a bigger chance of getting diabetes if you just
drastically raise.
Right, and you can get problems with your heart. You can get arteries clogged up. Depression will definitely increase.
Oh yeah, because what else are you gonna do to stay active?
Yeah.
And when you're not active, that's when depression attacks.
Yeah, that's when that is, and it's. If you didn't have depression in the past, you're probably going to develop some sort of depression. Something. Yeah. And that's the problem, is that there's just they want. This is like the idea of gender. They want to make people feel good. But by doing so, they're causing them so many extra problems that they'd never had in the past.
But they're not far-sighted enough to realize the issues that will come.
Yeah.
Possibly like 40 years.
Oh yes.
But yeah, it makes them feel better now, so who cares? It's just an eternal culture of laziness at this point. We always want to blame it. Oh, it was the doctor's fault that misgendered you at birth. Sue the doctor, kill the doctor. Who cares? They can't do anything. They're identifying you by facts that they saw, by characteristics that you possessed at birth. You can't just change that.
Yeah, exactly. You can't change these certain characteristics, but you can change your weight. And not only can you change their weight, there's plenty of people out there who have lost weight, who have lost a lot of weight.
Yeah.
And this is where the problem comes in, because no one is inherently born fat unless a pregnant woman just eats a lot of food, a lot of crappy food. But inherently, no one.
Well, you can be born larger, but you're talking a difference of like 4 pounds tops, kind of thing, than somebody who's skinny. Ultimately, if you eat the same thing that a skinny person would eat, then there is definitely major genetic influence. Yeah. I mean, if your family's going out to eat every day of the week, then you're going to get fatter than somebody who doesn't, because that's just how physics work.
That's how basic biology is.
Ultimately, if you eat lettuce every day of the week in the same quantity that somebody skinnier eats lettuce, you're not going to get fatter than the other person.
It is.
Or even if there can be other factors, but it won't make you gain 400 pounds more than somebody else.
Yeah.
There's always a chance.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Definitely. It's just, if basically just what you said. Yeah. that was just.
F and
I didn't really have anything else to say. I was trying to think of something to say, and there's just nothing came out of my mouth.
Okay, so basically we figured out we're joining the registry and supporting this.
Yeah, we're definitely supporting.
What's on the calendar?
Oh, calendar.
Establishing a database.
The calendar. Yeah, this is none of the links on the site work.
What? Really?
Like some of them are just not working. Like if you go locate. Oh, never mind. I can't.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
I can't access the resources.
I can't log in. No. What if I wanted to log in?
What?
Wow.
This is.
Sign.
Yeah, nothing is
Bro,
working.
could you imagine if you read through this and were really passionate and then just got 404?
Error 404. Honestly, it might be a good thing.
It's not a 404. It's still
It
funny,
would be
though.
a very good thing,
Take
though.
the pledge. I want to support you, but
You
no.
don't. Your website doesn't even work.
Your website's a failure. When was this website?
2018.
Wow, you failed. Ooh, privacy policy.
Oh, great.
Oh my. Oh, that link worked. All right, scroll the whole way bottom. There's a privacy policy.
I can't access the website. I can't access the website anymore.
All right. I think we've got through enough. You gonna wrap it up?
Yeah. So this is definitely a shorter video.
Wait, hold on. Number of people who've signed this pledge. How did they sign it? None of them
Can't access it.
Oh, so that's a pretty snazzy logo.
That is.
I like that logo.
I actually do.
Okay,
anyway, well, thank you all for watching. Please hit that subscribe button. Let's try to get to 10 dislikes.
Can you not?
Anyway, let's try to get to 100 dislikes and 10 likes on this video. We want... other than that, thank you for watching. My name is Douglas. This is John. You have a good New Year's.